at the Jaguar exhibit where we have our male and female jaguars, Kamalam and Kukoi. They are not related, they're actually a breeding pair. They have had cubs before. They've had one litter here and at least one other litter that we know of. Kamalam and Kukoi are actually very easy to tell apart, unlike most jaguars. Kukoi has the shorter tail. When she was an infant, her mother overgroomed her a little bit and the tip of the tail came off. But Kukoi gets around just fine. Her balance has not been affected by it, and it's very easy for her to climb up and down the exhibit. Kamalam, on the other hand, is missing part of one of his paws. Roughly 10 years ago or so, at another facility, he got into an altercation with another jaguar there. Between mesh, the other jaguar was able to grab a hold of his paw and unfortunately did do some damage to it. But honestly, he's fine. He can jump up to 8 feet. He can get from the top to the bottom of this exhibit in less than 2 seconds. He's extremely quick. And so don't let that paw fool you. The exhibit you see behind me right now is brand new. We've refurbished their whole exhibit and took away the plexiglass and installed steel wire mesh. This mesh is what we call Invisimesh, which means when you have a camera lens, you can actually focus the mesh out of your picture, and it's almost like looking into a portrait of the wild. We do training sessions out here on exhibit almost on a daily basis now that we have this wonderful exhibit that we can do it. And one of the things that we pride ourselves here in our department is that all of our carnivores are involved in a training program. We train basic behaviors from a target to complex behaviors for veterinary procedures, such as almost all of our cats will present their hips for an injection. And so that's some of the stuff that we can do out here for our guests to see, where normally we would be doing it behind the scenes. It gives our guests a chance to see what we do in our buildings when the cats are inside. Jaguars are classified as endangered. Unfortunately, earlier this century, with increasing popularity in spotted coats, many of them were poached for their fur. And luckily, in the 1970s, with the anti-fur campaign, less and less jaguars are being taken for that purpose, although trophy hunting still is a problem. Also, habitat enrichment by local populace in the countries where they're found. A lot of people are cordoning off land for ranching, and unfortunately that's jaguar hunting ground, and so when they have nothing else to hunt, they turn to cattle. Well, naturally people don't want them taking their cattle, and so there's a lot of conflict between humans and jaguars in their home territory. Unfortunately, the population or the protection needs to be at the local level with some of those places.